Pappy here. We've taken a trip today. I've got a surprise. Look where we're at. We're here at a Goodwill. Let's see what we can find in here. This might just be what we need. A 15 speed, it's 24 inch. Really like a 26 inch, but I think it'll do. We'll give this a shot. Well, I'm here at my local pull apart and trying to find a good used alternator for General Motors, and the pickings are slim. Everybody's got them. What is it with GM alternators? But anyway, I'll continue looking. Well, I had to go with front wheel drive, but at least I got the alternator I needed. All the rear wheel drive, like Chevrolet Tahoes and Silverados and so forth, the ones that are easier to get to, were all gone. You know, the LSs, they grab those as soon as they hit the yard at the pull apart. So I just wanted to grab an alternator off one of those since I'm familiar with pulling them. But anyway, we got one off of this old 2002 Grand Prix. I'll turn it around and let you see. It wasn't all that hard to get it off. There's just a couple of bolts right there on top. The Buicks aren't so bad. The Buick engines, I mean, they're right there on top. They're not buried like a lot of them are. But anyway, we'll get on with our project. At 64 years old, it's a long way back from the GM section all the way to the front. They put the GMs all the way in the back. Maybe I should have rented a golf cart. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. I need the exercise anyway. Well, you can see our latest score. 1 bicycle, 1 alternator. You're probably asking what they have to do with each other. Well, with the way things are nowadays, I need a way to be able to power a refrigerator. And I've got a battery bank that I currently use. And after this hurricane that just went through, kind of woke me up and made me realize I need to have a way to recharge that in case I don't have gasoline for my car to do it. So I figured I could lose a little weight and maybe charge these batteries and build me an electrical system and rig up a way. I've seen people do it. I haven't seen a very good example. I think I can do a better example of what I've seen on YouTube, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know how well this will work, but I figured I could just build a charging system. I'm assuming that's about a 105 amp alternator on a Grand Prix. I'll have to do a little research and wire that thing up and build me a small electrical system. And I've got 2 Group 29 battery cells. I'll show you those with an inverter, and that's what runs my refrigerator. As you can see, I've got 2 Group 29 deep cycle batteries, and they're each 122 ampere hours, or 845 cold cranking amps each. They should store quite a bit of power. I have them in parallel, wired parallel, to maintain 12 volts, and I have a 4,000 watt inverter surge, 2,000 watt continuous, that will power those refrigerators. I've got 2 that I try to keep going. And they're off to the side right here. But I got to find a way to recharge that without my battery charger up here. I've got a trickle charger that keeps them charged and ready up here. that keeps them maintained. But when the power fails, I got to have a way to keep these cells up as I'm using them. I got to replenish it. So that's where the bicycle is going to come into play. I'm going to try to build a charging system for it and then be able to hook it into these batteries and recharge them. That'll be the battery to support the electrical system on the bicycle, and then that should get the alternator started in charge mode as long as I pedal, to get it recharging these batteries. I'm not quite sure the rate or how much effort this will take, but we're going to find out. It's going to be a big experiment. So far, I've got $42 in the alternator, and I spent under $15 for the bicycle at the Goodwill. So we'll see what happens. I don't really have a definite plan on how to build this. We're just going to try to wing it and figure out the best I can. I've seen people mount a fixture under the rear wheel of the bicycle to support it, and then some type of a fixture to hold the alternator. And I'll just use some scraps I have around my basement here, trying to keep the cost down low so we can get back on this Firebird. I haven't given up on it. I just felt I need to do this for now, just to make sure. That hurricane kind of woke me up. I just want to make sure I'm ready for another power outage. But anyway, just watch me work. that's about all I can get done this week. Hopefully we'll get this done next week and then get back on the Firebird the week after. I just ran out of time. I spent more time chasing hardware and stuff to build it with, so we'll get back on it though next week.